If you asked anyone on the street, they'd say a tail-wagging dog is a happy dog. But they're wrong, because every tail wag isn't a greeting. Sometimes it's a warning. Sometimes it's the silent scream of an impending storm. The tail is the gateway to a dog's inner world. Whatever our facial expressions are to us, their tails are to them. The problem is, not everyone knows how to read that door. Look, this is true happiness. It's not just the tail, their whole body is wiggling. The dog is saying, "I see you, you're my whole world." This is the most transparent form of their code. But what about this? It seems to be wagging, right? But look closely. The dog is tense, eyes fixed, body coiled like a spring. This isn't saying, "I'm happy." It's saying, "Take one more step and I'll make it your last." Science says, even the direction of the wag sends a message. A wag to the right is a positive approach, while a wag to the left means, "This place isn't safe, get your guard up." Tail held high, then he's the boss of the territory. Dominant energy, a defiant stance. He's saying, "This is my turf, know your place." He wouldn't even greet a king in that moment. A dog tucking its tail between its legs and wagging it tremulously is a horror movie in itself. It's the clearest snapshot of a desperate cry saying, "I'm in pain, I'm stressed, please leave me alone." There are dogs that freeze mid-wag. That moment is as sharp as the laws of the Serengeti. Either they fight or they flee. The decision is made in that exact second. If you learn to watch your dog's tail, you won't just learn its language, you'll start reading the dark corridors of its character. In part 2, we'll put their famous fear and separation moments on the table and why they wreak havoc at home. Remember, knowing your dog is a privilege. Now, keep watching. The moment the door closes, the dog's tail issues a statement. A high, stiff tail is an air of royalty saying, "And this is my turf now." But as seconds pass, the tail begins to lower. That royal stance gives way to the worry of, where is the pack? Here is the critical moment. Once the tail starts tucking between the legs, the Serengeti warlord of that house is now a victim of panic. A fast, jerky and rhythmicless wag isn't just a movement. It is the metronome of that endless separation anxiety inside the dog. If the tail is held high but wagging stiffly, that dog might not be waiting for your return with a greeting, but with a threat. He's on high alert. Some wag their tails against the door. This is the tired but loyal tail language that says, "Come back already, I'm tired of defending this territory." If the dog's eyes are fixed on the door while the tail is wagging, it's not just a tail, it's his compass of loyalty at work. Science says the tail of a dog with separation anxiety wags at a lower level than a happy tail. It's just a way of saying, "I'm making my presence felt." You don't understand him by getting angry, but by reading that rhythm of fear in his tail. He's actually a tough guy who just wants to stop that fear metronome with your arrival. So, how do you help this Serengeti warlord regain his confidence in his tail? In part 3, we'll talk about how to teach him the code of solitude. Now keep watching. If a dog's tail is dropped, so has his confidence. Now it's time to teach this Serengeti warlord that solitude isn't about fear, but an art of waiting. First rule, in an inescapable territory, the way to keep the tail high is through practice. When the door closes, he should retreat to his safe space, just like a badger retreats to its burrow. Before you say go, reward the moment his tail lifts slightly. Because self-confidence starts with the well done you give him. Is the tail trembling and tucked? It means the burden is too heavy. Put it in reverse, lower the level. The code is knowing your own capacity. Don't present solitude as a punishment, but as a hunting period. Those puzzle toys filled with treats are the ultimate weapons to occupy his endless Serengeti energy. When the tail wagging slows down, it means the mind is calming down. That moment is the most peaceful time in the laws of the Serengeti. Remember, if your dog's tail is indexed only to your presence, he isn't free. You must teach him to rule over his own tail. Patience is the fuel for this mission. In the Serengeti, a badger doesn't become king in a day. We can't build this confidence in a day either. Every time his tail rises, the Serengeti warlord in that house will get a little stronger. He will wear confidence, not fear. So, we started with tail language and continued with loneliness. In part 4, we'll dive into the code of tails and playmates, communication with other dogs. Now, keep watching. The moment of encounter in the Serengeti is when everything is revealed. Two dogs meet, tails held high. That's the tensest way of saying, we're both the warlords of this territory. If the tail is wagging slowly and the body is tense, this isn't a greeting, it's a challenge. The silent standoff to determine who cuts the code. But what if the tail is wagging low and loose? That's when the Serengeti warlord knows his rank. He's saying, I didn't come here to fight, I came to play. There are dogs that wag their tails slightly open to the right. This is a diplomatic passport telling the other party, I have no issues with you, I'm just passing through. If the tail is tucked in, the code has already been settled in that area. He's a victim trying to leave the arena, saying, I don't want to fight, please let me be. The speed of the tail determines the intensity of the communication. A fast and agile wag is the herald of that Serengeti joy, that pure fire of play. A dog can solve the other's code at that moment just by looking at the tail. Those fine details we miss, they read in a single glance. The tail is like a shield. Sometimes it protects, sometimes it challenges, and sometimes it represents peace. The point is, which Serengeti law that tail is wagging by? In the social arena, the tail is the dog's diplomatic table. The root of that tail determines who to dance with and who to keep at a distance. So, have we reached the end of the Serengeti warlord's tail adventures? No. In part 5, we will finalize the sacred bond between your dog's tail and you. Now keep watching. The greatest law of the Serengeti is this. The strongest isn't the king. The most loyal is the owner of that land. A dog wagging its tail toward you is saying, I'm ready to cut the code of this life with you. Every movement of that tail is like a celebration flare that starts when you walk through the door. It's no different from a fire lit to leave your fatigue, stress, and the world outside. If your dog lets its tail loose when it's by your side, it's no longer a Serengeti warlord, but your home's peaceful companion. Because a true warlord is one who knows whom to trust. Reading the rhythm in that tail is like talking to him. Sometimes it's a silent, I missed you. Sometimes I'm safe with you, and sometimes let's have an adventure. Remember, that tail is not just a pile of bones and muscle. It's that sacred bridge of loyalty evolved with you, left to you from thousands of years of wolf roots. The laws of the Serengeti may be brutal, but the law in your home is built on love and trust. The tail is the clearest proof of this. That little warlord defending his own territory has now lowered his shield by your side. Because by his side, there is a pack leader. That's you, willing to take on every battle for him. Now go and look at him. What is his tail telling you? Maybe it's saying, I'm here and I'm with you. Here is the end of the code and the beginning of love. Knowing your dog isn't just loving an animal, it's hosting the wild and proud side of nature in the heart of your home. Take good care of him, because he would burn the world for you. We've reached the end of the Serengeti warlord's tail adventures. You now know the secret language in your dog's tail. If you've learned the code, don't forget to like and follow.